Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday the 13th. In honor of Friday the 13th, I just cracked open that tin of St. Bruno flake. It's got a couple of years on it. Open it up for you. Tin's rusted, which happens when they preserve with vinegar. But the tobacco is not rusted. It is, however, dotted with plume. I doubt you can see it, but I can. Nice little flakes. I've never had this before. I've never had flakes that were quite like this before. Anyway, seal this back up, or close it back up. You might wonder what St. Bruno flake has to do with Friday the 13th. Well, I'm going to tell you. Make sure I can keep it lit here. It was a little moist, but aren't we all? Let's see here. Crack open my notes because did a little research here. St. Bruno. St. Bruno was a guy, Sarah San Bruno. He was born in the year 1030. I'm not going to get into his whole life, but he died in the year 1101. He was beatified by Leo X in 1514. He was canonized by Gregory XV in 1623. One of the major things that happened in his life was this dude named Manassas de Gournai assumed a role of prominence in the village that he was living in. And Bruno denounced him. Well, Manassas, living in the 11th century, did what anybody else would do. He pretty much tore the town apart. Pulled down all the houses, stole everybody's property. You know, typical 11th century stuff. The story says he he did this on a Friday. It happened to be the 13th day of the month. Now, some other stuff. If you take all those years was looking at my notes trying to figure out what one of these numbers mean. And I can't. I can't remember if it was vital to the story or not. I'm sure it was, or I wouldn't have written it down. I'll just make something up. How's that? Anyway, if you take all those years, 1030, 1101, 1514, and 1623, and you add them together, you get 5268. Well, if you add 52, the numbers in 5268 together, you get 23. If you add that to Leo the 10th and Gregory the 15th and this other important date that I wrote down, which was 1006, you get 52. If you divide 52 by the number of people in this story, 4, you get 13. How creepy is that? So that's where Friday the 13th came from. Actually, I just made all that crap up. The dates are correct. The people are correct. The Friday the 13th date that he tore the town apart, I have no idea about. But I figured St. Bruno was a good smoke to have today, and figured I'd make up a little story to go along with it. So where did Friday the 13th come from? You hear all kind of stories about it, but none of them are true. It got mentioned in a piece of literature in the mid-1800s. About a guy that started a financial crisis on a Friday the 13th. I don't think that's it. It didn't get mentioned again until the 20th century in some pieces of literature. A lot of people say it started in the 1500s, but the only reference to that is that a bunch of literature said it happened in the 1500s. So in short, it's just a made-up superstition. That gained traction for some reason or another. I've lived through 86, counting today, Friday the 13th. 86 of them. I don't recall anything bad ever happening on any one of them that didn't happen on a Thursday the 19th or Monday the 26th or Tuesday the 4th. I've had 5 birthdays on Friday the 13th. If I live long enough, I'm likely to have 3 more. Probably won't make it to the 9th one. I'd be in my late 80s when that one happened. So anyway, I'm going to finish enjoying this St. Bruno flake in honor of St. Bruno. No hard feelings, right? probably go spill some salt, break a mirror, and walk under a ladder with my black cat later on. Maybe not. I don't own a cat. I do own a ladder though. 4 of them. So anyway, that's my ramble for today. Go enjoy your pipe. Ignore the hype. I'll see you soon.